Peace of the Lord be with you. This is the Son of the Most Sorrowful YouTube channel, and we're here to prepare for war, man. We're gonna get in the mindset to fight the good fight. How do we do that? So, life in this country, where comfort, convenience, and pleasure are high-end priorities and highly valued commodities, we have forgotten what it's like to forge ourselves in a warrior mindset, right? We feel like there is no war to fight, and I'm not talking about a war with guns and knives or swords. I'm talking about a spiritual war, in particularly the war within ourselves. Um, and the simple fact is that we're too relaxed out here, man. We're too relaxed. We're too casual. We're too, we don't value life. You know what I mean? I don't mean to sound like Jigsaw, the serial killer from the movies, but I speak of myself too. For a long time, I didn't really value life. I was just kind of going out there and doing evil things, and self-destructive things. I was seeking comfort, convenience, and pleasure as much as possible. And coming back home, barely, meaning that by the grace of God, somehow I made it home. Because, I'm not proud to admit it, but I would drive under the influence a lot. Um, didn't think nothing much of it, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying it. Because I was living life very casually. I was being very uh, complacent in who I was. I was not trying to really do anything that was truly worthwhile. I was only doing things that I perceived to be worthwhile at the time, pursuing a career in the music entertainment industry, and the rest of the time being a debaucherous delinquent. So that's the thing, man. We got to prepare for war. The fight is here, whether we like it or not. The enemy's in our face, whether we like it or not. I was thinking to myself years back, how is it that a movie like Wally exists and nobody is like moving to wake other people up and say like that is the reality? You know what I mean? Or how are movies like that coming out and those studios are not like? I was surprised that Disney didn't get shut down for that one. Because it's basically like saying in our face like what is happening to us in real life, and uh to me, when I thought about it, and I was like, that's pretty much the devil laughing in our face. You know what I mean? Or how are movies like The Matrix coming out and nobody's doing anything about it, right? Everyone's still asleep. And that's pretty much the devil laughing in our face. He's saying, like, I can show you my dastardly plans and I could put out there to your face what I'm doing to you in real time. And you're not going to do anything about it. You know what I mean? Um, so when I realized that, I was like, man, that's crazy. That's insane. So that's why I'm making this video today. It's to motivate and inspire other young men to fight the good fight. Are you, or how long? Let me rephrase the question. How long will you allow the enemy to continue laughing in your face before you say enough is enough? I'm gonna go seek the Lord and I'm gonna cooperate with God and I'm gonna sacrifice myself and my needs and my wants so that I can be used as a weapon against the enemy and the kingdom of darkness. So I can by the grace of God become an enemy to these devils that are suppressing my brethren, that are laughing at us, destroying ourselves willingly and lovingly, right? Because I used to do that willingly and lovingly, go out and destroy myself. Oh yeah, let's go out and smoke this blunt. Oh yeah, let's go out and drink beers at the brewery till we're passed out. Um, let's go to all the festivals and all the concerts until we're flat broke, and then go on a grind and do it all again. Work tireless hours and go and do it all over again. You know what I mean? I was never much of a raver, but I would go to a lot of concerts, spend money on the merch. You know what I mean? Uh, because I didn't know any better at the time, or I didn't understand why it was bad, right, or harmful. So yeah, man. Our country is literally in a state where it's falling apart, or it has fallen apart. I feel like, and we need to prepare for war. We need to, as young men, answer the call and become detached from ourselves and detached from our wants, detached from like personal desires, and serve a greater purpose, serve the greater, the plan of the great man in the sky, the greatest man that ever lived. You know what I mean? I think about the times in the Gospels when Jesus would talk about what he was going to go through, when he was talking about that he would be sacrificed for the salvation of the world. And Peter told him, Lord, save yourself. You know, like you're the one that sees this coming. So please save yourself from this horrible fate. And Jesus literally tells him, get behind me, Satan. You know, to Peter. Um, and so if truly we are to strive to be like the good Lord and sacrifice ourselves for the salvation of other souls, I feel like that is a very constructive attitude to adapt. Is that when people say, save yourself, you know what I mean? You don't have to say, get behind me, Satan. I guess that's not a very astute way of approaching the situation. But I mean, you could just say, no, I'm good. I'll fast. You know what I mean? Or no, I'm good. Uh, I'll pray on my knees in the hard ground. I'm good. Yeah, I don't need I mean, or a softener. Those it's like a foam pad that you put on your knees because I've seen they have those at my church. You know what I mean? You don't have to be prideful about it. You could just say like, no, 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 I'm good. In the cross, I'm good. I'm settled in. I got my cross. You know, I'm not trying to be boastful about it. I'm not trying to publicly be seen. If I happen to be in public but I'm doing it, that's different. But you know, the what merits more is that you spend more hours doing it in isolation, right? So, um, but it's about being at war, right? Have a war-like mindset. Prepare for war. Okay, is the name of the video. What are we doing to prepare for war? Gotta be working out, man. Got to. You know, I don't know where, how that happened that Christian men became separated from uh, the working out aspect or the disciplining your flesh aspect of the faith. You know, I don't know or understand why or how it became okay for so many men to be, you know, overweight and obese in the church. Um, we're called to be better. You know what I mean? And it's important that we encourage each other to be strong physically, mentally, spiritually. Um, you know, when it talks about in the scriptures about being weak, that's not what it's talking about. You know what I mean? We're already weak because we're bound by flesh and our fallen nature. Okay, we don't need to be weaker by being strong in the flesh. You know, by being overweight, by being subject to vices. You know what I mean? By being the kind of person that is unproductive and casual about life. Okay? We were intentionally and lovingly made by the creator of the universe. Um, and there is a fight going on right now. It is a conflict going on, ongoing, has been for a long time. So I want to make this video and say, like, you know, wake up. Wake up, man. It's time to prepare for war, man. It's time to not be nice about it. It's time to say society needs us to be good men. you know. And no, this is not about. It's funny because I've seen the memes about wanting to go on another crusade. I gotta say, respectfully, a lot of men are not prepared for something like that. You know, I really don't believe. I believe that we fantasize about something like that because we want the glory of going out to war for the Lord. It's a fantasy, man. You know, the kind of fight that we are actually being called to fight uh, is not that kind of war. All right, it's a spiritual war. It's one where we pick up our rosaries and we call upon the intercession of the Blessed Mother and invoke her power to crush the serpent's head. Okay, and when we humble ourselves before God and the biblical teaching that this kind of demon can only come out by prayer and fasting. Okay, and so we pray and we fast. Okay, and we read about great warriors or prophets in the scriptures, like Samson, like Saint John the Baptist, right? Um, who, when their birth was foretold to their parents, they said, "This child must never have strong drink." You know what I mean? Because they will be holy. And so that's the thing, man. It was done in biblical times. It was done at the times of the gospel. You know, the battle has always been there. So let's prepare for war. The time has come. It's the end of 2025. We're going into 2026. So let's, for the glory of God, prepare for war. What say you, my brother? I'll leave you to answer. However you may. This has been the Son of the Most Sorrowful, encouraging you to join the fight. And I pray that the peace of the Lord be always with you. In Jesus' mighty name, by the intercession of our Blessed Mother Mary. I'll see you at the next one. God bless you.